The Fifth Amendment is one of the most important parts of the US Constitution. But a lot of people only know it from TV when someone says, I plead the Fifth in a courtroom. But in reality, it's much deeper than that. It's about protecting individual rights against government abuse. So why was the Fifth Amendment created? The Fifth Amendment was born out of the fear of tyranny. The Founding Fathers had just fought a revolution against Britain, where the government could throw people in jail, confiscate property, enforce confessions without fair process. So when they wrote the Bill of Rights in 1791, they wanted to make sure that the government couldn't abuse its power against the people. So what does the Fifth Amendment actually mean? Well, it has 5 key protections that every American should know. The first one is the protection against self-incrimination. This is the I plead the Fifth part. It means you don't have to testify against yourself in a criminal case. The government can't force you to confess to a crime. Number 2, double jeopardy. You can't be tried for the same crime twice. If you're found not guilty, the government doesn't get a second shot at convicting you. Number 3, due process. The government must follow fair legal processes before punishing or imprisoning someone. They can't just lock you up without a fair trial. Number 4, grand jury requirement. For serious federal crimes, a group of citizens, grand jury, has to decide if there's enough evidence for a trial. This prevents the government from just randomly charging people. And number 5, eminent domain, takings clause. The government can't take your property without fair compensation. If they seize your land for public use, they have to pay you. So what does all this mean for the average American? At its core, the Fifth Amendment is about protection from government overreach. It's saying that you have rights and the government can't steamroll over you. For Black Americans, this amendment has a very complicated history. While it was meant to protect all citizens, for centuries, it didn't apply equally. During slavery, due process was not existent for Black people. Even after slavery, the legal system was, and still can be, stacked against Black communities. From Jim Crow laws to mass incarceration, the Fifth Amendment's protections have often been denied to us. But in modern times, it's often been a powerful shield. It has been used in civil rights cases, wrongful convictions, and fights against police brutality. If you're ever facing legal trouble, knowing your Fifth Amendment rights could mean the difference between justice and injustice. So, in a nutshell, the Fifth Amendment is a safeguard against the government abusing its power. But history shows us that it only works if people know their rights and fight for them.